Hey everyone, and welcome to another edition of Not That Kind of Attorney. I apologize for the delay from the last video. Um, to be quite honest with you, I've been busy, and life has been lifing, which is kind of what led me to today's topic, and that is show up and show out. Turn to your neighbor and say, show up and show out. Obviously, I won't be preaching to you today because I'm the last person that should be preaching to anyone about anything. And in full transparency, this is probably the 37th take of this video, and it will be the last take of this video. So, whatever happens here, that's what's going to make the final edits. That I can promise you. We all have our stuff with us, right? For instance, I'll go first. One of my things with me is I can be pretty stubborn. Anyone who knows me knows that about me, and I can be impatient. I have lost or ended a number of relationships of all types with different types of people, whether it be friends, family members, romantic or otherwise, because of those two things. Um, and one of the things I've worked on over time and I'm continuously working on is being more patient, being more forgiving of people. And one of the ways in which I have not been forgiving of people, which I'm still actively working on, is people who don't show up. First and foremost, showing up is so much a part of what we do and how we do it. What do I mean by that? I mean, a lot of my success is not because of my degrees. It is not because of my certifications. It's not because of licenses. Like a lot of it is just being in the right place at the right time. It is literally just showing up. Now, yes, I'm a smart guy. Yes, I've worked extremely hard over my entire life to be in the position that I'm in. However, a lot of my success can be attributed to just being in the right place at the right time when the introduction was made, or being in the right room, or meeting the right people at the right time who could then subsequently make introductions or who could subsequently connect the dots. So showing up is a huge part of success, and how we show up is a huge part of success. Uh, I have been having a rough go of the past couple of weeks, and due to some scheduling changes, I ended up not getting a haircut. Your boy was looking real feral around the house. And I wasn't really leaving the house, and when I had on a hat, so I was like, all right, no big deal. I'll get to it when I get to it. I had noticed the not so subtle side eyes from the fiance before she finally decided, so when are we gonna get a haircut? And in my eyes, it didn't matter. I wasn't leaving the house. Like, I'm okay with it. You should be okay with it. But she wasn't. And one of the things she said is I should care about my appearance, not just because she cares, but also because it's about how I show up. And those words resonated with me because so much of what I do and how I do it is meeting people. It is, again, being in the right place at the right time. And who wants to meet someone all scruffy, uh, line eye edged up, and without my full face on? No makeup. I'm just saying that. And she made a great point, but I was so lost in the sauce of what I was doing and how things were going, and trying to combat everything that's going on in the world outside of us, which directly impacts my business and that of my clients, I just kind of got lost and I wasn't showing up. So I immediately booked a haircut. You see the first line, and it just kind of reminded me that how we show up is important when we show up. And once you get there, we have to be mindful to show out. Now, showing up can mean a number of different things, right? Showing up for your friends can mean showing up for a birthday gathering. It can mean liking or sharing a post. It can mean patronizing a business that makes sense for you. It can mean just being there to be a listening ear or a shoulder to cry on or provide a meal or a drink or whatever the case may be when you are needed. In that sense, showing up is not just the only thing you should do. Showing out is what you do once you get there. Professionally, showing out once you get there means doing the damn job. Excuse my French. Yes, doing the job and doing it well. It's not enough to just, well, I'm just going to clock in and give these people their time. Or I'm just going to do enough to fulfill the contract and move on with my life. No, 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 no. That's not our get down. Our get down is when we show up. Once we're given the opportunity, what will you do with the opportunity? How will you show out? Because one of the things I've learned the hard way is everything is an audition. I learned early in my career that even doing dope work doesn't guarantee that there will be more dope work for the same client. I learned early in my career that just because you do a great job doesn't mean you will be paid again to do that same job or a similar job by the same client, right? So it is important that we do the work, we document the work, because the next client, the next invoice, the next receipt, the next customer may be watching what you do and how you perform, and you just don't know it. I can count on one hand how many of my clients have come via advertisement, because I've literally only advertised once. Every DE client has been word of mouth. What does that mean? It means I'm pretty good at what I do. And when I do it, we show up and we show out. And that's my point here today. If you want to encourage word of mouth for your business, for your goods, for your services, if you want people to find you to be friendly, if you want people to find you to be super duper dope at what you do, who you are, and how you do it, you have to show up. That's first and foremost. And that is showing up for yourself, showing up for your clients, showing up for your friends, showing up for your families. And then when you get there, it is imperative that you show out.